Hi there everybody and welcome to 2023. This will be my very first video this year and it's quite a special video because I'm trying out some new technology. So I was given a GoPro by my friend Phil and I was using this little camera during the last meet we had with the group. So the video you're about to see in about a few seconds will be the short clips I took on the meet. We went to Waterfall Country. You'll see some waterfalls there, and interspersed will be some images of that I took of the area. And then, as a little treat, after the little short videos, you'll see me editing some of those images for you in Darktable. So stay tuned. I apologize for the shaky video on the GoPro 3, but it was my first time with it, and I was just trying things out really to see if it was, how good it was, and it is fantastic. So stay with me and enjoy the video, and once the little videos are finished of the countryside, stay tuned for the Darktable edits. Thank you and enjoy. Thank you. Hello and welcome. It's a new year and it's a new time to start doing videos with the group. I'm using a new little device, a GoPro, so hopefully you can hear me and see me. We see how it goes. I'll also use my camera and other things to film as well. So sit back. We are, as I just showed you, in Waterfall Country today. But hopefully you'll get to see a lot of sights and sounds. So stay tuned for more and we'll see what we can come up with. Thank you. We're starting our walk. There's about 17 of us today and we're heading for some amazing waterfalls, so hopefully you can join us, as I said, and hopefully I can get some nice photographs. We're just moving into the forestry. And we see how it goes. I'm using my Fujifilm X-T3 and my Olympus, and obviously my new GoPro. So enjoy. We are in such a beautiful place today. It's absolutely magnificent and the weather is extraordinary. I've already taken a few long exposures and hopefully there'll be a few more to come when we get to the actual big waterfalls. I think we're nearly there now. We've been walking miles, so hopefully we should be almost there. So if you can hear noise in the background, that'll be the water. So just come up to this fallen tree, so excuse me while I duck down. There we go. Almost there, almost there. We're at the waterfalls. Hi guys, I hope you really enjoyed that few clips that I put together there for you. As you can see, it's a beautiful country, a beautiful countryside. So now I'm going to take you through my Darktable edits. As you can see, I've already edited a couple. This is this is sorted by modification time, which means with Darktable that you can obviously see all the images you've edited straight away on the top of your image imports. Now, I'm going to just tell you one thing before I start. I just want to show you one thing, how important it is to shoot in RAW. Now, there's one image here, as you can see, I shot and I totally got it wrong. Not a little bit wrong, I totally got it wrong. So it was shot in RAW on my Olympus. If I just double click on it, that opens it up. I'll then go and do some lens correction before I start. Now, if this was a JPEG, I would be absolutely knackered and I would never be able to recover it. But I just hit the exposure button there, and there we go, recovered. That is how important it is to shoot in RAW, guys, okay? I know a lot of you like to shoot in JPEG, JPEG only, a lot of you actually, but it is important to have the RAW file as well, just to make sure that you can recover it if errors are made. And in this case, an error was made, and I was over 5 stops underexposed. So I think I just picked up the camera. It was on manual mode. I shot and I realized it was in the wrong exposure. So there we go. That's a little tip for you. Now, while I'm here, I'm also going to do a quick edit on this file just to give you an idea of what I do. I've corrected the lens correction. I've done the exposure then to show you. So I will then crop as I need. Now, this is obviously with an Olympus camera and sensor. It's in a different ratio. So it's a 4:3 sensor, but I like to crop to 5:4. So I'm just going to do a slight crop, just like that. And that just crops it in a bit. There we go. And usually then you'd do the exposure after, so I'll do it again. And it's just changed it very slightly because obviously the crop has taken out areas of the image. Now with saturation, I'll make that 30. I always make the chroma half the saturation, just so it gives a nice little boost in the colors. I don't touch the vibrance. I'll hit the sigmoid on button, and that changes that. And there we go. That is more or less what it was like when I was there. Local contrast, we can just turn that on, and it just gives a little bit of a boost to the contrast. Now you may notice that my panel, my little panel here, my quick access panel is actually slightly different to yours. Now I did put a little tutorial up on onecamera1lens.com, and that shows you how to add certain things which I have added. I've added the sigmoid module, and I've added the auto tune levels on filmic, and I've added the detail slider on local contrast. That means I rarely have to come out with this module, and this image is now 99% complete. The importance of this module can't be understated. This could be used as an image now, final image, but I am going to do a couple of further tweaks. I'm going to use the color zones menu and just going to click on that, and I'm going to choose I'm going to make this pastel, I think. Try the pastel colors. There we are. That's quite nice pastel colors. A bit different to my other edits I've done. And to finish it off, I could add contrast equalizer. I've got a few settings in this. I've added a clarity, this is the clarity setting here, but I've set it to 40% and kept it. There's a few other settings. So I'm just going to add the clarity, just because it adds a nice different look to it. I'm going to add my frame, just turn the framing on, and that's the frame I tend to use, the default frame. Come back, I'm going to check it, see how noisy it is. Now there's a bit of noise because obviously it's 5 stops recovered. I'm going to hit the denoise button. There we go, that's better. And there we go, guys. That's a quick example of a quick edit. And that was saved. I'll do one more edit for you, just to give you an example of what I do. This time I'll edit a Fujifilm file for you. And I think I'll go with this one here. I'll do it from scratch again for you. So I'll hit the lens correction. I'll then do a crop. As you know, I always crop in 5:4. It's my favorite ratio. So we'll crop it somewhere around there. Then we then go back into the quick access panel, hit the exposure, see what happens with that. Let's lift it up nicely. Saturation, again, 30. Chroma, 15. Now I do actually have a preset for that. If I click my presets, I got my basic adjustments, no color zones, which is part of my DT styles pack. So feel free to download that. We then hit the sigmoid button. As you can see, I hit that button. It comes on, it gives it a nice look. And then we'll add some local contrast. And there we go. Now the whites are not actually overblown. It looks quite overblown there. Let me just show you what's there. There's a lot of dark there, but the whites are fine. They're not overblown at all, which is fine. That's exactly the way I want it. Now, if I did want to recover those, I could obviously go into the highlight reconstruction and then change that. But as I said, on this monitor, they look perfectly fine. The next thing I'm going to do is come into this little tag here, the color tag. I'm going to change this one to something a bit different this time. Should we go to autumnal? Give a nice little autumnal look. Or we could try futurist. Give some blues and things. It's nice to experiment with the different colors that you may have saved. There's radiant. There we go. That's quite a nice radiant one. And we've got natural look, which is my favorite these days. There we go. Nice natural look. We then go into vignetting, and I will choose my preset, which is Big Softy Softer. Excuse me, which looks like that. And then framing. There we go, guys. Just a little quick tutorial of what I do to my images, how quick I do them. In real life, when I'm not talking, they're done much quicker than that. I do the similar sort of things all the time. Sometimes I'll remove some objects using the different tools there. Sometimes I'll crop slightly different. Sometimes I'll add more contrast. Sometimes I'll do this, that, and the other. But 90% of my edits are as you've seen then. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to call back next time. Don't forget to visit onecamera1lens.com. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you very much. Thank you.